So for lab 2, we are only using the scope and the function generators. Read the lab manuals. Okay, there's a part that I mentioned. For the waveform, we're going to choose the waveform. So press waveform. And then you're going to choose square wave. And then for the frequencies part, you're going to input 20 Hertz, 20 Hertz. Okay, and for the amplitude, this part, please follow the instructions. It does say it's 10 volt peak to peak, but do remember due to the impedance matchings, so instead of enter 10 VPP, you're going to enter 5 VPP because you treat VPP as V peak here, all right? And then for the offset, the same things. Okay, so we will put 2.5. The 2.5, everything will shift everything up, okay, above zeros. Then we're going to connect our circuit. So please notice we are not using the DC power supply today. So this is how the circuit would look like for the 3.9, 3.3K ohms one. All right, and then at the beginning of your lab, you will see this box on your TA's desk. Okay, you will pick up one of the 39 millihenry inductors. All right, just like that. And then this is the 39 millihenry inductor, just like how you have it in your ELE302. You have a 47 millihenry one, but we have a 39 millihenry here. It's 393s. Make sure you return it. When you place the inductor on your breadboard, okay, please make sure you place it this way. All right, so vertically like that. Do not place like this. This you're actually shorting the inductors. Make sure you place like this. So you occupy three rows like this. Okay, so this is how it goes. So from the input to the 3.4Ks. All right, next we're going to connect to the inductors, 39 millihenry inductors, and you also have one capacitor here. The code is 103 for 0.01 mu F, and then this goes to the ground. All right. After we connect the input and output, all right, so we're going to turn on the function generators. You will then see the result. Okay, you will see it. You can press auto scale. The input is not too important here, okay, but again, you can still centralize the everything's. All right, so you have like that. You can press the acquire button here and then make the signal more clear by maybe using average. Okay, then this is a key point here. Okay, adjust your horizontal scale. Okay, when you rotating it, okay, let me show again. Okay, when you're rotating the horizontal scale, you can see it when I'm rotating the knob, you can start seeing the ripple appearing. Okay, so you can see the ripple start appearing now. All right, the next things you're going to do it is under the cursors. You can see the cursor here. Press the cursor keys. Okay, we can do track. Okay, we can do track waveforms. And then what we're going to do it, because it's the output, so we're going to put that source too. Okay, and then now we're going to do X1. So you can see when I'm moving it, the cursor is actually moving along the the source 2, which is output. So you can see I'm at the peak point now here. Okay, the peak point is right here, and it shows for the Y1, okay, 37.8. So the voltage is pretty high, which doesn't make sense. It should be 3 point something. So the other common issues we usually have for the white, the scope is 10 times voltage issue. You could have that here. So you can see it's showing 50 volt. That doesn't make sense. Don't worry, to resolve the issues is pretty simple. Press the channel keys, okay, and then you can see all these options. Go to probe and go to the probe ratios. Adjust it back to 1:1 ratios. You can see it's 1:1 ratios. Do the same thing, press 2 and press the probe, okay, and then adjust that to 1-to-1 ratio. Now we have a very good result. So it's 3.77 volt, okay, for this peak point. And then we can continue moving it to the bottom one. You can see I'm at the bottom right now. So it's minus 1.3, all right, so minus 1.3. These two are both at good, right? Okay, so you get it. Now we can see what's the period, okay? So go back to the cursors. We're going to move cursor 1 to the starting point. You can see I'm putting at this starting point. Then I'm going to put the cursor 2 here. I'm going to call cursor 2, just press the cursors and go to cursor 2. Now you can see cursor 2 is on the right side. I'm going to move the cursor 2, you can see it. I'm going to move exactly at this zero crossing. So now, reading at delta X, we have 118 μs. Okay, and that's basically how you're going to measure it. And that's how you're going to connect it. Alright, so if you are in ENG302 and 303, you might see this new black scope. Okay, it's very similar to the white one, except the channel 1 and channel 2 are combined into one vertical knob positions. The control, everything's the same. You just have to control the horizontal knob until you see the ripple appear. Okay, push it to the centers. Again, push to the center by switching this, and then press the cursor keys. All right, so we're going to do the manual one. Okay, and then all you have to do is source 1, cursor, we can go with X1. All right, so you can see it's moving, right? So same thing, rotating this knob. Okay, so we can get the peak. If we do, actually we do track mode, is better. So same as how we in the other demonstrations one. We do X1. Alright, so you can see it's tracking. Actually, we should track the output. Alright, the same thing. So it goes to the peak. Right, as you can see it, the peak one is around plus 4.02 volt. Alright, and the minimum at the bottom here, right, when you rotate the knob, okay, this shows -1 something. Okay, press this to stop. Right,